Hey everybody, and welcome to the Dragons. This is a section I've been waiting for. The Rock Dragon.
The Rock Dragon. In a long ago war between gods and demons, this monster wielded a flame that burned for 7 days and nights. Beware its godlike wrath. You might be next.
Doesn't seem all that impressive compared to the fire in Avatar: The Last Airbender that was burning for hundreds of years.
Well, nobody asked you.
I really like the design for dragons they did in Monster Rancher 4. I have to say it's my favorite.
Yeah, they did pretty awesome. I mean, that head alone is really cool.
I think they embodied what they were trying to do in the original Monster Ranchers. And I think Monster Rancher 3 was almost there, but they finally got it with 4. And I think it's actually the same design they use in EVO. But, oh, it's so much better than they would have been doing. I did not like 1, because again, the scoliosis problem with the dragons in 1. I always felt like they were bent over funny. Like how his wings go up when he's sleeping. Yep. I like how they did the golem. It's simple, gets the point across. The crevasse.
The crevasse lives quietly in a hut it built in the north. There it spends its days in peace. It won't stand for anyone causing trouble on its land.
Yep, not a fan of this one.
Nope.
I think what bothers me is the body shape.
It's kind of bulky.
Yeah, it doesn't look like... I mean, for some reason, he doesn't have that bulge in the middle on here that he does here.
Yeah.
He doesn't look proportionate to me. I don't know why they did it for I don't think they did it for any of the others except this guy.
Go figure.
The head, I can get. I'm fine with, but
Yeah.
the Caucasus.
It has the toughest, hardest shell of all dragons, and there's nothing its powerful horns can't destroy. Nobody knows which is stronger, its shell or its horns.
Yeah, like this guy's wings. I gotta show him off. I don't think they're gonna show it here, but when he gets excited, they like spread out. Whoops. But it just looks really cool. I like how they did it. I like how he has an extra like thorn on his foot too.
Yeah, I think you're more in love with these kind of insect types than I am.
Well, not as much overall. There's something about the dragon one I think they did better. Like they could have done so many things wrong here.
Yeah, they did a lot of things right. I'm not a big fan of like what they did in the body with the weird.
No, I'm not a fan of the body, but it kind of balances out for me with everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, the dragon!
All breeders want the chance to raise the mighty dragon at least once in their careers. Its razor-sharp claws can rend steel, and it even has wings to fly.
Yep, and it can't fly in the game. You can ride on its back and fly over those holes and stuff in the dungeons. Again, I really like the design. I like the segmented kind of shell they've got going on.
It's interesting. I hadn't noticed that before.
Yeah, I really like it. It's awesome. The Nizhegg?
When the end of the world approaches, the Nizhegg arrive in droves from the ends of the earth. The very souls of those who look upon its evil power turn to dust.
It's one of the few monsters in this game that's part Naga. I like what they did. See, now it makes sense for this one to be part Naga to have huge fangs.
Yeah, okay.
And I like the chest piece because it kind of matches how the Naga's shape is.
True.
It makes a lot more sense here than the tiger, but I really like the design for this one. I mean, it's not my favorite dragon, but being part Naga, I think they did a good job. I don't know why he has stripy feet, though. I don't know why he turned into, like, a zebra. Or a... What's the half zebra? Helper, what's the name of that half zebra? It's gonna bother me now. The quagga. Yeah. It's termed quagga.
Oh, you're trying in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Diaboros.
The king of dragons. This monster was let loose from its sleep by evil sorcery. Now that sorcerer is no more, and so it wanders alone, seeking blood.
I've actually had... This is the only thing I've ever had, I think, that's Sub-Joker. I think they did perfect. This is exactly what they should have done for some of the others, honestly. They should have just had skeletons.
Yeah, I mean, for Sub-Joker, it makes sense.
It does, and I think by not making him, like, creepy looking and everything, I think they really made a better effect, at least to me. I don't know what you guys think. Ooh, the Techno Dragon.
An ancient weapon made from the dragon for all the vast power it wields. The creaking sounds of this monster's body mix with the groans of its victims.
That's pretty dark. Now, I really like this design, but I know Icon doesn't, because we've had this discussion before. He did not like the face.
I thought it was okay. I don't think it's great.
Yeah, I like it, but it's not one of my favorite Hengar designs, because the wings don't entirely make sense. And,
Oh, I love the wings.
I mean, they're cool, but they're odd. I don't see too many things hovering on Hengars normally. But I like how they keep the whole idea with the single, like, robotic eye kind of thing. I've had a couple of these in the past. They've worked out really well, actually. Because the Hengars in, like, the later games seem to make the lifespans longer for some monsters. I don't know, it might just be me. But the Owlbeard.
The Owlbeard, with eyes full of sorrow and a heart that shuns fighting. Its cry is even sometimes called the symbol of peace.
Yep, don't like this one.
I think I do like this one, kind of.
Well, I don't think they did anything. I think as far as a Raiden goes, I think they did a good job. It just doesn't look right. I don't know why. Its head looks, like, unproportionate.
Yeah, he's a bit off. I mean, he's not great, but he's interesting.
Yeah, I think they did a good job, though, for being part Raiden. Oh my gosh! The Matauri Dragon! Elber's laughing in the background!
The dashing Edokodon can't seem to hold on to its money. It often uses rough language, although it doesn't know what it means. Don't ask because it can't explain.
Oh my freaking gosh, I have never seen this.
What in the world?
You guys have no idea how weirded out I am by this thing.
What in the world?
Oh my gosh. Is this... No, this cannot be the one that came off... No, this cannot be the one that came off Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Please tell me it's not.
No, it wouldn't be.
Okay, good, because this
I
thing...
doubt it would be.
I'm glad we never found this before. This thing is creepy. The Chaos Dragon! That must be the one that came off Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
It was, I think. One of the 3 beast gods that ruled over the monsters long ago. It has godlike power, but its
Are you gonna read it?
Huh?
One of the 3 beast gods that ruled over the monsters long ago?
Wait, what about it?
Never mind. It has godlike power, but its tendency to think very highly of itself it makes the other 2 scoff? What? I didn't hear you read it off on my end, so...
Oh. Yeah, no, as far as I could tell, I was reading along.
Oh, well... Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to undo that. My internet must have cut out.
Yeah, go figure. It's fine.
Oops. Okay. Obviously this is a spoof of something and I'm not getting it because he's got a chain around his neck. I don't even know what's on his face.
I actually don't think he's a spoof. I think... So they made the 3 different Chaos monsters in this game, right? This is where they introduced him, I believe?
Yes, actually you're correct.
And
is that something you want to talk about?
Well, no, we're going to see... I don't know much about it. I was going to say, all I know is that there's 3 of these Chaos ones, and he's one of the 3 of them. So, the other 2, I think, are, what, Durahan and...
Oh, this is the dragon I was trying to get at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, we were trying to get this one, guys, because if you could get this one, or if you could get any of the Chaos ones, actually, it allowed you to unlock a really rare Antland, which is what we really wanted to get.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this at the very beginning of the LP, but there's a rare chance, because the Monster Rancher 4 disc is a Pandora disc, which means it gives out different things depending on the state of the game. I think this is the dragon you have a chance of getting literally at the very first week of the game. If you get the Garu, and then immediately dump it for another one, there's a small chance for getting this dragon, and if I recall correctly, I actually tried for quite some time to get it. I think off screen I did it for maybe half an hour, constantly just reading the disc over and over and over, and I never got it. That's the rumor. Like I said, I've never had it happen, but I think this is supposed to be the dragon you get. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, the GamePro bot. I have seen this one.
4-eyed dragon's older brother who would rather spend his days showing off his shiny metallic skin to strangers. Just don't use his chest as a mirror.
Now this dragon I do know quite well. If you cheat, or attempt to cheat in the game, this will appear in the book.
What?
Well, so, what happens is, this was around the time, I mean, Sony knew that people were cheating. I mean, this was obviously not a shocker, but, remember this is a PlayStation 2 game, and so it was very easy to cheat the PlayStation 1. So when they redesigned the PlayStation 2, it would become more difficult. Well, when they made this game, they knew people were using a lot of cheating discs and stuff by this point. So if you tried using a cheating disc or special kinds of discs, this is what always popped out. Now the reason it says Game Pro is because I think there was like a magazine or something back then called Game Pro. I don't know if it's still around. Yeah. And it came out with these monthly discs, and every one of them popped this out. Now if you popped in a cheating disc, it also popped this thing out. And since we actually had, we didn't have a lot. I think we probably had like 4 or 5 PlayStation 1 games that were rips. This always popped out because it's like, oh, we know it's not official, so you get this. I actually have played with it. It's not that bad. But to me as a kid, I felt this thing was freaking hilarious. It just... and it seems so common for me, but I know a lot of people who technically play legitimately probably never got it. Oh, and I guess we're at the end there.
The end of the dragons.
Yes, we'll end on the Chaos Dragon because he's just so cool. So.
He's the lord of the dragons.
Bye, guys.
Bye.